Hey, everybody, what's going on? Glad and excited to be back with you again tonight. After a week hiatus, we had a 7-day trip to Disney. And then when we got back, me and Jocelyn had a overnight trip to Lexington, Kentucky. We're going back to Lexington on Wednesday for a meeting with Amber, our live event coordinator. That's going to be awesome and fun, and get some more plans going for Flip Your Life Live. Good to see everybody. A lot of people logging in right now. Big crowd tonight. Big crowd tonight. All right, we want to make sure that everybody can hear me, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat. Can you see and hear me? All right, can you see and hear me? Once I get some confirmation on that, let everybody know. I'm not using a mic tonight. I'm just using my internal microphone. Everything is packed up under my desk, and I don't want to get it all out. So Elizabeth says yes. Laura says yes. Chris says yes. Okay, so awesome. Yes, see and hear. Good. All right, cool. Technical difficulties are always the biggest fear of any live. Jocelyn and I have been recording live video, or not live video, because we've been recording videos all day today. Some of you may have seen our we were recording a outro for our YouTube Q&A series that we're doing. Jocelyn and I have answered so many online business questions and so many marketing and business and sales and just every question you can ever imagine. We have this bank of something like almost 2,000 questions that we've answered inside member calls, through videos that we've done when we write people back. And so what we're doing is we're putting some of those on YouTube. So we got all this information that's just stored in these big hour-and-a-half long videos. We want to get those out there. And so some of those questions can not only help other people, but we can get a lot of SEO juice from that on our YouTube channel. YouTube is a big goal of ours to grow our YouTube channel this year. And well, anyway, we were cutting up an outro for it. And we don't get too fancy on our outros, but it took us a couple takes. So if you haven't seen that yet, head over to facebook.com/fliplifestyle. And I posted the blooper video. Did anybody see my blooper video? Did you see the blooper video? Go check it out on Facebook if you haven't seen that yet. Okay. All right. So let's get caught up. It's been 2 weeks since we've had a training because Jocelyn and I were out of town last week. The last training that we talked about was on memberships, specifically the membership mindset and how everything that you do must lead to recurring revenue, right? I had a new Voxer person join the Voxer program today where we do one-on-one coaching with people. And her biggest problem right now is she's built this business that can make money, but it's extremely high energy. She's living launch to launch, and she did not plan for recurring revenue at the beginning. So while she does have this business and she is making money online, it's inconsistent. It's stressing her out. And that was the point of last couple weeks, is to get into the membership mindset. If you think about how you're going to make recurring revenue ahead of time, then it's going to become a lot easier to build that stable, predictable income that you need, not only to become self-employed, but to stay self-employed and enjoy your life, which is what it's all about, right? Like Jocelyn and I went to Disney last week. And one of the games that I like to play is, can we make more money on vacation than we spend? Right? So, and that is a challenge at Disney. When you go to Disney, the mouse is in your pockets. I mean, he is going to get as much money out of your pockets as probably anywhere else in the entire planet. Like, you will never spend as much money as you spend at Disney World. So I'm happy to report that we successfully beat the mouse last week. Okay. So we beat the mouse, but it's because we have recurring revenue. It's because we have renewals. It's because we have automation. And I started some ads before we left, and I set up 7 emails, and I scheduled those to roll out while we were gone, so that the engine of our business could continue to run, even though we were not in the driver's seat of the business. We were in Animal Kingdom. We were in Blizzard Beach. We were in Magic Kingdom, and dealing with all the things you deal with while you're on vacation, but our business kept running. We kept making money. And that's what it's all about. So that's why I wanted to focus on the membership mindset. So, all right, I got a couple questions before we get started. Number one, if you have any questions from something that we have already covered, okay, we went back and we've covered lots of different things. We've covered your idea. We've covered problems, how to solve those. We've covered product creation. We've covered the membership mindset. We've covered the mind issues and the obstacles that we all face in the entrepreneur's journey. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and post those right now, okay? And we will address any questions you've got leading up to this point about your business, about your online business, anything we've covered. Really want to dig deep with you guys. You're our Flip Your Life Live attendees. My main goal in life over the next few months is to make sure that all of y'all are prepared to go take advantage of this opportunity at Flip Your Life Live, okay? So if you have any questions right now, go ahead and post those. The next thing that I want to ask you is this. Are you taking action? All right. Are you taking action, or are you just showing up to these attendee live events? Are you taking action, or are you just listening? Are you creating, or are you consuming? What are you doing right now? You know, you have made the investment into Flip Your Life Live. You bought a real expensive ticket. You have booked hotel rooms, hopefully by now. Make sure that you go and book that hotel room in the Hilton where the event is. You want to be in the hotel with me and Jocelyn. We're staying in the hotel. Amber's staying in the hotel. Our entire staff is staying in the hotel. We all want to be together in the hotel. You need to be staying in the hotel. You've booked flights, hopefully, into Lexington, Kentucky, or a nearby airport, and you're driving in, okay? That's all fine and good. You've got this destination. You're showing up to these trainings, but are you taking action? Okay. If you are taking action, I want you to put the actions that you've taken in the chat box right now, because you're going to inspire somebody that isn't taking action. I want to know what actions you've taken. More importantly, I want to hear about the results that you've already gotten from Flip Your Life Live. I know that attendees are making more sales. I know there are attendees that have launched their product. I know there are attendees that have done more in the last 6 weeks since buying a ticket than they did in the 6 months prior to putting that event on their calendar. So I want to hear it right now. I want you to inspire everybody, and everybody that's listening to me right now, I want your eyeballs on that chat room. I'm just sitting in front of a potted plant and a TV, okay? There's nothing to see on the screen right now. Look at the chat room. See the actions that are being taken. Let that inspire you. Let that make you pumped up. Let that get you fired up to you take action, to you go out and make things happen, because that's why we're here. You're not here to listen to me spit no sugar every Monday night, right? Or Monday at noon, when I do it at noon. You're here to take action. That's what all this is for. And when you get to Flip Your Life Live, if you haven't taken action leading up to the event, it's going to be much tougher for you to take action at and after the event. Not impossible. We're going to be doing things that make sure that everybody's going to be able to take action at the event. Everybody's going to get a lot out of the Q&As. Everybody's going to get a lot out of the work sessions. We're all going to make progress, but I want you to make massive progress. I don't want you to take baby steps. You're a Flip Your Life Live attendee. You're a Flip Your Life Live community member. You're above and beyond. You have set yourself apart from everybody else because you're investing in yourself and your family's future. And I want you to be able to get the most out of this experience. And you get the most out of this experience by taking massive action, by being consistent and prolific and relentless. And that's what everybody in here is doing. All right. So let me look at some of these. All right. I want to read a few of these out loud too. And then we'll get into what we're going to cover tonight. All right. Let's see here. Let me scroll back up. All right. Chris said, taking action. I created my first course and made my first sale yesterday, baby. Way to go, Chris. That pumps me up, man. Nothing gets me more fired up than first sales, because if you can find one, you can find 101 or 1,001 or who knows how many in one. And if you can make that first 11 cents, then you can make the first $11,000 in a single month or whatever it is, and it becomes. So awesome job, Chris, man. That is great. Way to go, man. Imagine how far you're going to be. You didn't wait until Flip Your Life Live to build your course. You didn't wait until Flip Your Life Live to make your first sale. So now you've got all these however many weeks left to make that and build on that and get more sales and build something stable and then pour gas on the fire when we get there. That was awesome. All right, let's see. Let's see. Maribel, open-ended question. Okay, I'll get to your questions here in a minute, in a second. I just launched, Jennifer said, I just launched my 5-day challenge and I have 15 emails in it, several of them new. Awesome. Releasing new lead magnets, getting new leads, more potential customers. Awesome stuff. Rebecca says, I finished the 5th draft of my book and I've got a pilot group reading it and giving me feedback. I'm one of them. We were talking about how to make a lead magnet for that book just today, Rebecca. Awesome stuff. Great book. And let's see. Already told you, but Crystal Harper, one of our Voxer one-on-one clients, is creating her. I finished creating my course today. Love it. We've been working on that for a couple of weeks now. Me and Crystal have been getting in there and getting that course done. Once the product is done, you can start making money. So we're going to be starting to market that. Awesome stuff. Elizabeth says, scheduling my free workshop offerings throughout the rest of the year. Love that. Getting those on the calendar, making them happen. Shay's on fire. I missed Shay. Where did Shay go? I must have missed it. I said, I'll go back. Shay is apparently on fire. All right. Let's see. Okay. Maribel asked, open-ended question. How do you figure out what to do next? And then Lori down here posted, Maribel, I just do what Shane tells me to do. Oh, that's amazing. I'm going to copy and paste those and put those on Facebook later. All right, let's see. Chris said, creative content, set up my funnel, create my first product. Sippy, create a lead. Welcome back, Sippy. You went to a trade show last time. Sippy said, create a lead man, recurring revenue plan for my physical product business. Hey, I got a great story to tell y'all real quick on this. I'm getting fired up tonight, so get ready because this may go on for a while. Got an email today. You know, one of the things that we've really been trying to, it's our fault because our messaging is not right. But like a lot of people think we only talk about digital products because we do talk about it a lot on the show, in fairness. But we've really been trying to open up and be like, look, guys, this Flip Your Life process works for different businesses, all kinds of different businesses, whether it's Sippies or she's selling clothes, whether it's somebody selling digital courses, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's the principles work. So I got a Facebook message today. And someone sent me a message and said, hey, someone introduced me to your podcast. I'm a really big fan. It's actually somebody locally, what was really cool. They said, and they're like, we started listening to your podcast. We started watching your trainings on YouTube. If you're not subscribed over to our YouTube channel, fliplifestyle.com/YouTube, go do that. But she said, I started a car detailing business. Get this. And so they, you know, people bring their car in, they charge $100, they detail your car, whatever it is. But she's starting like a membership for the details thing. And like, basically they're like, okay, you join the membership, it's X dollars a month. And, you know, you pick a date, we come get your car while you're at work and we bring it and clean it and bring it back to you. But you're just on the schedule. Membership, you don't have to worry about it anymore, you don't have to think about it anymore. We just schedule a time, we come get it, we do everything for you. But she got these ideas from listening to the podcast. That's what it's all about. Like, you can build a subscription and a membership in anything if you think about it. But that's the most service-based business ever, detailing a car, right? And she's already using these principles to build in that recurring revenue, to build that stability. Like, what if she gets 100 people to sign up for $50 a month? And she's got 100 people on the schedule forever that are just like, she's got, you know, she's going to be making $60,000 a year in her car detailing business without having to get any, that's just before she even markets, right? And I thought, man, that's brilliant. That is genius. That is awesome. And that's what it's all about, building the Flip lifestyle and the business you got. Doesn't matter if the product, you can touch it, you can see it, you can watch it, you can hear it, you can build recurring revenue into it. And that's what we're all about. So awesome stuff. Okay, what else we got here? All right, Sippy's killing it. Tanya, working on building my website by myself as opposed to have somebody build it. Awesome. Hey, get in, get your hands dirty. You'll never regret the lessons you'll learn from building, solving all those problems by yourself. Man, everybody's on fire. Let's see here. Laura, great. Jennifer, Craig. I can't even keep up with these. Shelly, new lead magnet. Already have 45 new signups. That's 45 potential customers. Added 17 connections, building content for my community. Killing it. Jeff Slaughter. What's up, Jeff? I'm planning a digital course for homeschoolers to teach them how to work with chocolate. We talked about that. That's awesome. My beta group is a series of live workshops. I have more than 60 registered for the live workshops, which indicates to me there might be demand for the online course. 100%. You got that many people raising their hand, you got something to sell right there. All right, let's see. Sippy said, wow, you guys are incredible. New lead magnet, 6 new members in May. 6 new members in May. You gave yourself a raise in May, Brooke. That's how I always view a new member. Anytime you get a new recurring revenue sale, like let's say you get 6 new members at $50 a month, right? Let's say Brooke just got 6 new members, $50 a month. That's $300 a month, right? You gave yourself a raise. How many jobs can just walk into their boss and go, I want $300 more this month? You can't do it, but you can with your online business. Awesome stuff. All right, Clark, almost done with designing my website on Kajabi. Good job, Clark. Killing it, getting that out there. Let's see. Lene says, I'm almost done with my sales page. We're going to talk about sales pages tonight, Lori. Let's see what else we got. Jeff also redoing the membership for his other site. Monty got 6 videos posted on YouTube and now have a super fan. Super fans are big time. You need those people to promote you. All right, let's see what else we got. Dan Decker launched my virtual CFO program and already sold 1 month. It's a monthly one-on-one consulting program for birth pros. You gave yourself a raise, Dan Decker. I love it. All right, good job, guys. Awesome stuff. There was a lot I probably missed. Can't read them all. There's so many of them, but man, you guys are killing it. And listen, that's why you signed up for Flip Your Life Live. That's why people who sign up for Flip Your Life Live take more action than any other live event you could ever sign up for. And that's why you guys are going to be more successful than anybody that goes to any other live event, because you're doing it right. Okay. All right. One more. Chad, got my first renewal month money for basically doing nothing. That's right, Chad. That's your renewals. You invested it. It's there. They've got the trainings. You're doing your job. You're making money. All right. So everybody's taking action. If you're not taking action, you just saw everybody else taking action. Peer pressure. Okay. Take action. All right. All right. So what I want to talk about today, there's 3 things we're going to work on next. Everybody in here should at least be working on and finishing their products and their opt-ins and their lead magnets and all these deliverables, right? If you sell shirts, you're delivering shirts. If you sell coaching, then you sell yourself. You're selling coaching, right? You got to show up and sell it. You're just selling that. If you're selling digital products, then you're selling access to those digital products, okay? If you're selling a membership community experience, then you're selling access to the membership, to the forums, to the Facebook group, whatever it is, right? But everybody at this point should be settling in on a product to sell, and you need to be finishing that product, okay? So whenever we get to this point, we want to start talking about the power of working backwards, okay? So many people ask, like, what do I do next? How do I go, do this thing? And everybody wants to do the sexy things, the things that are like, in front of the world, right? They want to set up their social media and they want to go get their logo made. That's a big one. Everybody wants to make their logo. You buy a domain name, you got to have a logo, right? And the bigger the logo, the better. No, that's not really true. Don't think that. We'll talk about branding next week. But like, you don't want to do that in that order. You don't want to just build a website. You think, well, I got to have a website to have an online business. No, you got to have a product first. Well, then you got to start thinking backwards. Like, well, wait a minute. If I've got this thing for sale, how do I get people to it? Well, they would have to pay me. How do people pay me? Well, they would pay me on an order form. That's what you create after you do your product, right? This is how you always know what to do next. You work backwards from the product until you get to the customer, right? You don't start at the customer and do all the customer facing stuff. You don't do that. You go backwards and you say, wait a minute, let's start at the product and let's move to the customer. So if we have a product and we need a way to give them money, so we do an order form. Well, wait a minute. Well, how do they get to the order form? Well, they go to the sales page. Well, how do they get to the sales page? They go to our website, or they go to whatever. How do they get to our website? They see an ad. They find us on social. They look in organic search. Like, we have to start embracing working backwards if we're ever going to get to the place that we actually want to go. Okay. So that's the mindset shift that we're going to start talking about in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be working backwards to build out our brand, to create a bridge that takes the customer to our products, right? That we don't start building the bridge over here on the customer side, website, social media. We don't do that yet. We come over to the product side of the mountain or the chasm we're trying to cross, and we start building that bridge over to the customer. All right. So we always work backwards. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about order forms and sales pages. And that's what you need to build next. As soon as your product is done, you want to have an order form that someone can buy it. Okay. Some people always ask me, like, why don't I do the sales page first? Because that doesn't make sense. If you sent someone a sales page that wasn't connected to an order form, right, then they wouldn't have anything to fill out. They would just be able to read how cool your product is. And that makes no sense. But everybody wants to log into ClickFunnels and build their funnel, right? But they don't actually have any way to buy anything, okay? So first of all, you're going to have to decide on your payment processor. For those of you who are more advanced, I'm going to challenge you about something on payment processors here in a minute too. Joss and I have 4 payment processors that we have set up at all times, okay? Here's why. If you don't have a backup payment processor and something happens, maybe there's too many returns in a month, maybe there is a glitch in the matrix and something disconnects, then you are exposing yourself to massive risk, okay? So some of the most common payment processors are Authorize.net, Stripe, PayPal, okay? These are the people that you actually use to collect money, to take credit cards from. We have Infusionsoft, I think it's called WePay or Infusionsoft Pay. We have Authorize.net. We have Stripe waiting in the wings. We do use Stripe for some things. I use it on my Vimeo products and some other stuff like that. But we do have Stripe set up. And then we have PayPal. We have 4 payment processors. That way, if anything ever goes wrong with one payment processor, we can fix it. I know a guy who was only using Stripe, just using Stripe, and something happened. This guy was making like thousands of dollars a week, right? But he spent a lot of money too. If he was making 10,000, revenue, he was only keeping about 2 of it. Okay. So he had pretty thin margins. It wasn't a huge profit margin in his business, but he was making good money and he was making it happen. Something happened and Stripe had too many disputes in a month and they shut down his payment processor. Okay. And he basically took like a week or 2 before he could get anything to process. Imagine all the money he lost during that time. It really put a strain on his cash flow that month, and he was scared to death. And something else happened at the same time, like his credit card got froze or something like that because he was in another country. So like this dude was like not making any money, couldn't accept any payments. His card got shut down all in the same week. Now, that's a bad luck blow, right? But if he had just had payment processors hooked up and ready, then he would have been ready to go. So I really want everybody to think about their backup plan if their payment processor gets shut down. And you need to have at least 2 ways you're going to take payments. Stripe is really good. Stripe is a great one. It's really, really good. I love Stripe. We don't have Stripe connected to Flip Lifestyle, but it's our backup plan and we use it on other things. Okay. So Stripe's a really good one. You need to be able to take payments from PayPal if you can do so, because we used to not take payments from PayPal because PayPal has a really weird system for disputes and they almost always side with the customer. They almost never side with the merchant. But when we added PayPal, we had an increase in revenue basically of like 20% in 1 month. It just was like our sales just jumped because all the people who were making it to our sales page who said, I want to use PayPal, couldn't, right? So we do offer an order form and a PayPal button. That way we can take both, okay? So we use Authorize.net for our primary payment processor, mostly because it's the one we started with and it's just too complicated. We didn't want to change anything. So we don't like to change things if we don't have to. Everybody looks for new toys, new tools, but we keep our stuff as consistent as possible, okay? So if you guys do not have a payment processor set up, you need to figure out who you're going to use this week, okay? Stripe is easy. I highly recommend starting with Stripe. If you only have 1 or 2 payment processors set up, I'm going to encourage you to set up at least 3. I want you to have it ready to go, have an account, have your bank accounts linked, where if something happened with your payment processor, you could immediately take it down and hook it up to another one and never miss a beat. I want you to be safe. I want you to be protected. It's just good practice to have backup plans to the backup plans. When they send a shuttle into space, there's 3 oxygen tanks, not 1, because if one breaks, they die, right? Well, we don't want our business to be like that, okay? So if you already are using payment processors, I see how people already sharing this. We got Chris says I'm using Stripe and PayPal. Chris, go set up authorize.net and connect to your banks. Why would it hurt? Okay. If you've already got, let's see, I didn't see your question. If we use a box website like Shopify, do we need another processor? I would guess that I think Shopify will let you hook up another one if you want to. You'll have to check, Sippy. I don't know. But listen, I'll tell you right now, if you, here's the real rule there, Sippy. If you only have one, you've got a problem. You have massive risk exposure. What if Shopify turns your account off? I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's likely to happen. But what would happen if Shopify turned it off and you couldn't get back in for a month? Would you still be in business in 1 month? Right? So maybe it's not just as simple as going and getting PayPal, but maybe it's something you could think about and say, wait a minute, how can I protect myself from that thing happening? Right? I always want a contingency plan. I always want a backup plan. And you really need to have multiple ways to take payments. I don't know what that looks like for Shopify, but I'll look into it. See if I can get back to you. Okay. Raj says Stripe and PayPal currently. How do you use authorize.net as a plugin? No, it's just just like authorize.net and Stripe do the same thing. Usually in your shopping cart software, there's a way to change your payment processor. Like I can go into Infusionsoft and switch between them anytime I want to, right? I think I can even do it on the order form level. Like I can go in and use a different payment processor for a different order form if I wanted to, okay? Dan says Shopify runs their own. I would send them an email because I know this has had to have come up somewhere before with Shopify. They've got to have some way to run some other card or something through there. Or if not, you better have a contingency plan to keep your account in good order, okay? All right, let's see what else. I use my CRM, MindBody, and I have PayPal and Stripe waiting in the back. Good. At least 2. 3 is good. I'm going to add Stripe and authorize.net. She just has PayPal. Good. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay. All right. So now let's go to, so we talked about payment, we talked about payment processors. Only reason I bring that up is because I know people who have been burnt by it, and it's really simple to not let that happen. You just have to be ready for it. You don't want to be like setting one up if something goes down. Okay. So set that up. All right. The next thing I want to do is talk about your order forms. Let me go to one of my order forms so that we can look at one. Okay. Go to an order form. All right. That's not an order form. That's an options page. We're not there yet. Okay. So we're going to work backwards. So I'm going to start on the order form. Okay. So I'm going to switch over to my screen. We're not going to spend a ton of time on this. I'm just going to show you like 2 or 3 tips a page on how these things function, because I want you guys to have high conversions. You lose conversions every time somebody clicks to a new page. So it's important to keep as many as possible. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pick this one. Application. Pick this one. Share. All right. So here's a form for the Flip Your Life community. Now remember, order forms are the last step. People have already been through the sales page. So you don't have to rehash a bunch of sales stuff. You just have to reinforce what you've already convinced them to do. I see so many people put a lot of extra copy on their order form. What you've already convinced them to do. I see so many people. Let me close this. There we go. I see so many people. They try to reconvince them. They oversell. They try to resell everything. Okay. And that's not what we want to do. We want to make sure that we are looking and just saying, hey, look, you're in the right place. You wanted the Flip Your Life membership. Let's do it. It's time, right? Got a little logo. There's me and Jocelyn with some other people, right? And you're in the right place. This is the right order form. Don't freak out and show an extra video and also extra. This is the order form, okay? And it's ready to go. Just ready to do it, okay? The next thing I want to say about order forms that is critical is making them mobile compliant, okay? Look at this. As I move this thing, it shrinks, right? If this was on a phone, it would be fine. If it was on a tablet, it would be fine. If it was on a computer, it would be fine. Doesn't matter how big or little that I make this thing, but your order forms really, really, really need to be mobile compliant, because there are people ordering on their phones. There are people ordering on their iPads. Some people don't even use a desktop anymore. I think 40% of all of our traffic through to our order forms are on some form of mobile handheld device, like an iPad or a phone. So we, at one point, were losing sales because it was so hard to see our order forms on the phone. And Jocelyn went out and got a special plugin or attachment for Infusionsoft. It's called Spiffy Forms, so that we can make better order forms, so that we can make mobile ready order forms. Okay. And then the next thing I really want you to do on your order forms is make them as top to bottom as possible. You want people to like be able to just like hit tab and they go to the next thing. And as they tab through it, just nice and easy. And we just keep on going. And it's just a nice, easy string of events. Okay. When it's on a desktop or it's on like a iPad, I don't mind stacking things like side by side, because when they go down below the fold, it's all going to be right there. So they don't have to scroll as much. But I do want it to be as linear as possible. We just want it to nice, easy flow. Okay. Another thing on your order form, and this is something I think that ClickFunnels and some other people make huge mistakes, like ClickFunnels and other software programs like Kajabi and stuff, they make it possible where you can only ask for basically the credit card number, right? And that is a huge mistake. Yes, you will miss sales by asking for more information, but you're going to get super highly qualified leads, like much better customers who are willing to go through the process. And you're going to know more about your customers. You're going to know where they're from. You're going to have their address if you want to physically mail them something, right? You're going to have their phone number if you want to call them for something. So like, don't take the shortcut. Don't take the easy way out. Hold on one second. I want everybody to see my face while I'm saying this. Okay. Let's stop. All right. Like, don't just stop. Oh, I got their credit or money. Don't stop before you money, and back up. Don't do that. There's other things you can do, like exit intent pop-ups and things like that, to stop people from leaving your page. But we are really big on old direct marketing principles of collecting as much information as possible. Like, I want to know where you're from. I want to be able to call you. For example, next year, Jocelyn and I have talked about doing quarterly live events in different places, right? So maybe it's not just one big live event. Maybe we go to Seattle and we do a West Coast swing for 30 people. Maybe we go to the Midwest. Maybe we go to the mountains in Colorado. I don't know. Maybe we go somewhere else and we do events. If I don't know where my members are from, if I don't have their phone number and their address and their email address, then I've missed 4 ways to contact people to sell that course to, right? Like, if I decide I want to do a mail campaign, I'm not going to be able to just send a message out and say, hey, could you give me your address so I can send you something? Like, I need to collect that information. And if someone's not willing to fill out an order form and give me their address and phone number, then they don't trust me enough anyway, and they don't need to be buying my product. I don't want their money. Okay. So you want to get as much information as possible from your people. It's going to help you with demographics. It's going to help you make decisions, and it's going to help you market better later, because your best customers are your customers. The best people to sell your next thing to are the people who bought the last thing from you. And the more information you know about them, the better, right? For example, like, we asked for your your address. Like, we may send you something for Flip Your Life Live. You don't know. You might get something. So like if we don't have your address, we can't do that, right? So yes, you can just get the name and the credit card, right? And I'm not saying there's never a time to do that, but the more information you have coming in from your customers, the better your business is going to grow, and it's going to be stronger over time. Okay. All right. So let me flip back over here. To my screen. Hang on. All right. Now, the next thing that we do is we do separate our PayPal button from the button that opens up like normal credit card processing. Okay. So the reason that we do that is we want to make sure that we don't lose the PayPal people, because, like I said earlier, it's 25% of your sales. So you want to make sure that they know they can pay with PayPal immediately. And finally, don't put a bunch of stuff after the buttons. Like, don't let them keep scrolling. Like, they got to hit a dead end where they have a decision to make, and they've got to fill this stuff out, and they've got to buy the buttons. Okay. So this week, work on your order forms. Make sure it's mobile friendly. Make sure you're collecting address and phone number. Make sure you've got options for them. You know, if I can choose, hey, I can pay with this or this, then that no is now the third choice. It's not one or the other. Okay. And make sure you're not putting too much information on your order form. You should already have them convinced by this point. If they're not convinced by now and you still have to convince them, then you don't have enough information on your order form, or I'm sorry, on your sales page or your options page. Okay. All right. So let me just jump back over here real quick. I'm not looking at the chat right now. All right. So Craig says, I noticed you collect address and phone. Should we be collecting these? I think so. I think you should. I think you want as much information as possible. Okay. Monty says, what do they have against elderly women treating their arthritis? Okay. I don't think that's related. I'm talking about. I missed that. I'm not sure what that's going on there. Okay. Jennifer says, Stripe canceled one of my accounts because it was linked to my website, which also sold CBD. Insert eye roll. But see, even if it's dumb, they still have the power to do it. Actually, I'll tell you what I found in our business. The payment processor really freaks me out because if anything happens with Infusionsoft, we'll just go switch to something else, right? But man, if you get locked out of payment processors, like, you got some problems, because you have to be able to collect the money unless you want people to mail you checks, which is cool. You could do that, but it makes it a lot harder, right? So that's scary. I hope that's why I started using multiples. So there you go, guys. We have an example in the room of someone who needed to set multiple things up. Okay. Is everybody's order form mobile friendly? That's the next question I got for you. Say yes if it is. And if it's not, we need to talk about figuring that out. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the next component, because that's what we're going to work on this week. We're going to work on payment processors first, working backwards. Got to be able to take payments. Order forms. Got to be able to use the payment processor to collect the payment. So what comes before your order form? Many of you are going to say the sales page. I'm going to disagree. Let me show you what comes before all of our order forms. Okay. And I'll tell you why we do this. If you're not doing this, I highly recommend that you do this. Okay. And I'm going to show you a trick with it as well. All right. So what happens right before here? We have an options page. Now, it's usually not this narrow, but I've got it on half my screen so I can see and make sure that the Hangout's still working. But we have an options form. Remember, the sales page is to convince them that they want your product, okay? But we always want to give people choices when they get to the point where they're ready to choose the product they want, okay? Because everyone, no matter what niche you're in, is at a different place in the journey, right? It's the same reason that, Amazon shows you different options of other products. They don't want you to just reject the one you've landed on. If you don't like it, they don't want you to say no and leave. They want to give you other options, right? Well, that's too much. I don't want to pay that price for that ceiling fan or whatever you're ordering off Amazon. Well, they have 5 more options below it. Every time you give people options, it makes the option to say no that less likely. Okay. So I really like to stop people at an options page and let them know that there are multiple ways that they can have access to us and the community. Okay. So we have 3. Now you'll notice here, this isn't a page where they can buy everything we have to sell. They can't buy a Flip Your Life Live ticket on this page. That's going to be on the thank you page, right? They can't buy the Voxer private mastermind. It's not on this page. This is just our membership and just the options for the membership. Yours could be as simple as a monthly plan and an annual plan, right? It could be the course that they want to buy or a bundle of 10 courses. But it's really important to have an options page. Every time we've not used an options page, sales have went down. Every time that we've used an options page or seen someone add options to their product offering, it works. And it's really simple to do this, guys. Like look at our options. So we have a standard membership, which is $19 a month. That's basically just forums and courses. Jocelyn and I do not answer forum posts from this level because there's just too many of them and we don't have time, right? But we do answer some comments in the courses if they ask a comment. But like that, this is the entry level product. It's someone who is a dabbler. They've gotten here. Maybe they don't want to spend $50 a month. So they're like, I don't know if I can do that yet. I'm not ready to take that next step. But $19 a month, get them in the community, get them focused. They're good. Okay. Then we have our premium option. This is where you get member calls, right? This is $19 people. They can't go to member calls. Not live events, not included. 2 live events a month. This is the most valuable thing that we offer is those member calls, right? And then if you're a $97 per month member, you can actually email me and Jocelyn every Friday. You get basically a weekly. We check in with you weekly. We send you an email to see what you're doing. You can write back and ask us a question directly. It's the only guaranteed way. We still can't get to all the forum posts because there's so many. The forums are so active, but we do get to all of these emails. Okay, with like a 1 week kind of lag time. So we have an options page, and then we have risk reversal. This risk reversal and taking away risk is critical on all of your options page. This is where you want to guarantee that they're okay, that there is no risk for them. A lot of people put this on the sales page. You can do that on the sales page too. We have it on our sales page too, but you've got to have it when they have their options. When they're picking their thing off of the shelf, they've got to know that there's no problem. Hey, look, 100% access to all courses, all levels. You're going to get the entire Flip Your Life blueprint. Look, if you're not happy in your first 30 days, then we'll give you your money back on that first month. If you're not happy, there you go. Okay, that replaced our free trial 30-day money back guarantee. Risk-free, cancel anytime. We're not locking you into any contract. You know, if you want to cancel next month, that's fine. If you come up for an annual renewal and you want to cancel, cool, you can cancel, no problem. Risk-free. We're taking all the risk. You're getting 100% access to our stuff. I'm reversing the risk. It's not just your risk, it's my risk, right? Because what if you go in and watch the courses and leave? I'm the one that's making all the risks here. So you want risk reversal. You want to take away risk on this options page, okay? And unlike the order form, I do put a little more content on the options page. I want to secure I want to make sure that they feel confident that they've made a good decision. So we like to throw a couple more testimonials on here. We don't really sell the features or the benefits. If you'll notice, there's not a list of every course or every single thing that they're going to get. It's just the general gist. They're already close to making the decision. We just want to get them to the buy button, take away the risk, and then let them know, hey, you're not alone. There's more people doing this, right? And these are real words, real people, real pictures, real Flip Your Life community members, real success stories. You don't ever want to use anything fake on any of your pages, okay? And just put a few testimonies there. Just secures the thing. And if you'll notice, like the scroll stops, right? Right. If you're on a desktop or an iPad, the scroll stops. You still got the buttons available. You see all the risk gone, and you see all the pictures right here. Okay. So like they don't have to scroll anymore. They don't have to scroll forward, don't have to scroll back. They can still press the button. They know they're not risking anything. There's more people doing it. So we got some social proof here. And that's the options page. It's a simple 2-scroll page, right? 1, 2, and they're at the bottom. Okay. So we've got our order form right here. As little information as possible, except you're in the right place and give me your money. Let's go. Let's do this. Buy my thing. All right. The options page takes away risk and gets to the point. Don't list 74 courses on this. They don't care. They've probably already decided they want it. They know what's inside because they were on the sales page a minute ago. Okay. So this is the options page. If you don't have an options page, tell me if you do have an option page and if you don't have an option page. If you don't have an options page, you've only got a sales page and an order form. I want to know it. I want you to put it in there. That's going to be your mission this week. Okay. All right. Now, here's the sales page. All right. This is where we explain what they're going to get. All right. So we always want to make sure that people know exactly like they're in the right place. So Jocelyn and I put a picture here. This is a picture of us at Flip Your Life Live last year. And the reason we put that there is because a picture is worth 1,000 words. Before you even scroll, you're going to 100% know this is Shane and Jocelyn, the Flip Lifestyle people. And man, they're legit because they got 100+ people behind them screaming at their live event, right? Like, you know, it's not a picture of us podcasting. It's not a picture of us with a famous friend. It's just us, okay? And we actually give people 2 options to buy above the fold. Like, you don't have to say much on your sales page. If someone makes it to your sales page, then they've probably clicked a link in an email or they've typed it in from listening to your podcast or something like that, right? So they're here, they're interested. They may be really interested. And just by adding buy buttons above the fold, you're going to pick up a percentage point or 3 of sales just from doing that. So if you're not asking them to buy above the fold, do it, right? Real simple one sentence thing. We want to teach you how to work from home and make money online. I couldn't explain what we do better, right? And that's it. So click here to get started. Now, if someone keeps scrolling, this is a question that we get all the time. Long sales page or short sales page, okay? We do a long sales page because this page is a representation of us. You can see over here, when I scroll, there's a lot of scroll, right? I need to be able to explain everything to you, every question you could ask on this page. And we really believe in long form sales letters. Now, I break them up and give you multiple options. Every time you scroll, there's a way to click something to go by. Because what if you're convinced with this one? Have you ever wanted to work from home, spend more time with your family, be your own boss? You can if you make money online. We can show you how. Our program is proven this, is that, the other. Now there's a summary, right? Maybe they're ready. They clicked it. Maybe they're not ready. Okay. Let me learn more about Shane and Jocelyn. So they hit this video. They watched a thing about who we are. Let me show you. I don't know if you can hear it. But
Shane and Jocelyn are different from all the other experts online because they just straight up keep it real.
Yeah.
Like they just aren't afraid to show what really happens in their house.
All right. So we put testimonials here to make sure we can explain who we are. We have a nice summary of our story, okay, to give people more background. Maybe they heard about us and they heard about our program, but they needed a little more background. Then we give them a little sign of what we teach inside. But bam, once we scroll, I never let anyone scroll more than one screen without having a button to click to go buy the product, because you don't know where someone's going to be convinced. Okay. All right. So we've answered the question, who are we? Now, what do we sell? So we explain the Flip Your Life community. We talk about benefits of the membership. We talk about, notice I don't list all the courses. I just show a screenshot and then boom, we're ready to give them another button. Okay. So after I do all the benefits, this one's a little bit longer. Okay. Because I have to show them what's inside. Maybe the product is all they care about. And then we're going to give them another chance to buy. Okay. Ready to get started? Click to get started. So I've just got button after button. Okay. Now, this is something we've added recently. What happens when you join today? I want to make people not afraid of what happens next. How many times have you typed in your credit card? How many times have you ever put a credit card in and you're sitting there right at the button and you're like, is this guy going to take my money? Is this real? Like, oh man, do I really want to hit this button? I don't know what's going to happen next. The fear of what happens next is a huge purchase objection. Okay. So you need to eliminate that. So we show people exactly what is happening next. I tell them, like, look, don't be afraid. You're going to see this. You're going to go to this page. I have a picture of the actual page that they're going to land on, right? It's going to tell them exactly what's going to happen. It's going to tell them what they're going to, you can sign in immediately. And I'm taking away all the fears that they may ever have. And I'm creating some curiosity, plus a few surprises. We're going to send you some stuff in your inbox. It's going to be amazing. Get fired up. Okay. Now, if they've seen the product and they know who we are, we just have to prove to them everything we said is real. So this is where we start using social proof, magazines, anything you can do. This might be where you're like, I have a master's degree in this, field. I do this, I do that. We put testimonials here. You brushing your teeth? Okay, go brush your teeth. All right. We put some testimonials here just to give that proof that everything we said above is real. Okay. And I always add this one. We're saving this spot for you. You're going to be one of our testimonials. Okay. All right. See you in the thing. Boom. And then I put the options on the options page in the middle. Okay. Before the FAQ. Some people will be ready to make a choice now. You've given them everything you can tell them. You've said to them who you are. You've told them what's inside. You've proven to them that your thing gets results for other people and that you are a respected expert in your field. There's really nothing else you can do now but offer them the options and then go through and take away all their fears, okay? So we put the options here on this page. And then as we're going down through here, we do frequently asked questions that remove fear. These are all the objections that people over the years have made to us, right? We explain the different tiers. We talk about what they have wrong. we do this and we do that. We talk about all the different fears and objections. We answer those in the FAQ, and then we put it on and we say, it's time to make a decision. This is it. Like, this is time. I'm not telling you anymore. I'm not selling you anymore. You can pick your options. You can go. Okay. Now, if you click any of the buttons above those options, you go to the options page. Okay. So I've got ready to go. The options are ready for anybody that clicks at any time during our sales page. But if you make it to the bottom, like, there's really no reason for me to make you click. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to go ahead and give you the options. Okay. Everybody got that? Okay, good. Now, we have a bunch of other testimonials. Let me show you what this looks like on a full screen. On a desktop, I'm really big on testimonials, guys. Like, we have hundreds of testimonials, but if you've got 3 to 4, you can build a business. But we've just got tons of testimonials. We've got video testimonials, text testimonials. We put real names, tell people where they're from, and anytime we can, we list people's websites so that they can prove it. Like, go ask my reference, right? Go ask this person. You can go to Jeanette's website. You can go to Evan's website. You can go to Jeff's website. You know, anytime someone lets us use their domain name, we put it in there to make sure, and we just go through as many testimonials as possible. Okay. So those are the just basic fundamentals, right, of how you're going to build out your sales pages. And we're going to work backwards from the order form, payment processor, order form, options page, sales page. That's what you're going to get done. Say hi, Anna Jo.
Hi.
It's time for you to go to bed.
I know. I've been tired since 5 o'clock.
You've been tired since 5 o'clock, huh? Well, I'm going to finish this call.
Okay.
I love you.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to all these people. Look at all these cool people over here.
Wow.
Look at all those people. See them? Those are all the people that are coming to flip your life live
Yeah.
in September. Okay. Can you say goodnight to everybody, and I'm going to finish my talk? Say
Good night.
good night.
I'm tired.
I know. Go to bed.
Bye.
Love you. Okay. Look, someone said hi, Anna Jo.
Hi.
Say hi, Shelly.
Hi, Shelly.
Say good night, Shay.
Good night.
Say good night, Crystal.
Good night, everybody.
Jeff said congratulations on your cheering.
Thanks.
All right, go to bed. You're too tired.
Bye.
Shut the door, baby.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. All right. What was I talking about? Okay. So that's the goal this week, is to move backwards and figure out, one, if you're doing everything that you should be doing on those 3 pages. Those are your core sales pages. That's the sequence. That's your sales process. Everything you do working backwards after that is to get a customer into that sales sequence. And that sales page and that options page and that order form and that payment processor that has to work, all of that is going to guide them into the purchase, right? That's where we start selling things. But marketing, all the stuff we do publicly, gets people to that page. And we got to get that right. And we're working backwards. We're starting at the idea, building a product, thinking about recurring revenue, right? And then we sell the product, give them options, make the sales page. And we're going to work back, and eventually we're going to start. That's what Flip Your Life Live is going to be all about, is pouring customers into all this. Okay. All right. I'm closing the deal. All right. So if you've got any questions right now about taking payments, order forms, sales pages, or options pages, right? A lot of you, everybody's got these. I don't care if you're making $10,000 a month or $10 a month or no dollars a month, right? Like, these things have to be in place. So if you've got a question about that right now, now's the time to ask it. Because the goal this week is to be able to, our advanced people, you're going to go in and review all these processes. You're going to look at all these things. You're going to make sure that you're doing all these things, taking away risk, mobile friendly. You're going to review all of your sales copy this week. Get it, just review it. Anybody that doesn't have these yet, you're going to build them. Maybe you've got an order form and you just emailed that out to your list and somebody bought something and you haven't even built a sales page yet. Great. Let's build the other things this week. Let's work on those. Let's look at them and make sure that they're going to do their best. Okay. So ask questions now about these 3 things, and I will try my best to answer as many of them as possible here. Okay. All right. Let me see. Let me get a drink first because I'm a little parched. Okay. I'm going to talk to you guys about other goals here in a minute too. I'll tell you what's going to be happening in the next few weeks. All right, let's see. Good point on an options page. Let me go back here. Let's see. Where are they? Money. All right. Where did I just saw Raj say something? Raj, what'd you say that everybody was like saying good point? I saw it, but everybody's asking questions on it. Kind of popped up. Let me see here. Jennifer Dixon. I'm actually not to do training because guys wouldn't accept payment through a check. Raj, can options page be on the sales page? Okay, so I think I covered this, but yes, it can, but it should be on both, right? So I got this two-tiered strategy. Like I want my options page to be at the bottom of the sales page. Like that's cool. I can have options there. That's fine. But the problem is, you can't just keep pouring all the options into your copy. You know, when you've got that low-hanging fruit button, you don't want all the options there. You just want click here to get started. That's going to go to an options page, right? If they scroll down a little bit and you got a hypertext link that says ready to go, that can't list all the options. You got to take them to the options page. But once you've said everything you need to say at the bottom, pour the options in, right? I actually have the options twice on that sales page. I got it in the middle after I've proven who I am, after I've listed all the features and benefits, right? I go ahead and give them the options there because they already know what's inside. They're going to buy it or they're not. I just have to remove fears in the FAQ next, and then I give them the options again. So I have the options twice, middle, bottom, and any button or link they click, they go to another page in the options page because I want them to see those options. I just don't know. You can't know when they're going to look at it, right? So you got to give them the opportunity to do that as much as possible. And going long form really helps you do that. That's the best way to do that, okay? Jennifer Dixon says, hey, Shane, why did you put the accelerator membership on the right instead of the center? I'll tell you why. Okay. One, I just liked the stair step way it looks, right? Like I remember being a budget conscious school teacher and I just liked having the options listed that way. Okay. And we really want to sell the premium membership more. I mean, we just do. The accelerator membership is capped. Once it hits a certain cap, it won't let anybody else in because Jocelyn and I can only physically answer so many emails a week, right? So it is not the maximum profit driver of our business. The maximum profit driver is that $49 tier that gets the member calls. You know, we can crush member calls, man. We just dominate dozens of answers on those every time we do them. That tier gives everybody some access to us. It gives everybody access to everything else. And it just really drives the bit, like that's where I want to be at, right? It's the most passive, most profitable part of our membership options, right? So that's why we put that in the middle. The middle option is what you want to sell, not the highest price. That's I'd say a lot of people teach that like, oh, put the highest price in the middle. People are going to be drawn to it, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what? The one you want to sell is the balance between how much work you have to put in compared to how much money you can get out of it. And for us, the $49 tier is that maximum level. It's also the pivot point in all of our sales stuff. Like we have the free lead magnet, which leads to a $19 trot thing, which leads to upsell, maybe get you upgraded into the premium package. And then, you know, when we have 10 spots open up in the accelerator, we can upgrade premium into there. And, you know, and then we sell, the Voxer program, which is like, you know, getting ready to go up too. But like, it's the pivot point, right? And that's where we like to be. So it's a strategic decision for our business. You can totally put the higher price point there if you want to. Okay. Let's see. So Jennifer, it is the best value, but it's the best value not just for the customer, it's the best value for us, right? Because it allows us, our mission, if you look at our core values in our company, our mission is to help as many people as possible find the freedom we have with online business, right? It's to help as many people as possible live the flipped lifestyle, to build a life that they control, that they can survive on, that they can thrive on, that they can spend as much time as they want where they want it. And to do that, our core offer has to be a one-to-many option. Now, we have access options. You can email us in the exclusive program. If you want to upgrade, send us an email. Or the Voxer program. The one-on-one program never has more than 20 people in it because I cannot talk to more than 20 people on Voxer. I just can't do it. All right. It's too many people. So that middle value is the most value for us. It allows us to complete our mission. It allows us to serve as many people and give as much access to me and Jocelyn as needed, right? So, there's a lot of reasons why you put that, but it's not just like to have the maximum price point, okay? Shay says, I remember in the past, Jocelyn said you guys didn't do refunds. Why did you change your stance on refunds? We still don't offer refunds on our education products, okay? In this space, it is a severe competitive disadvantage for us to not have some kind of risk reversal and risk removal on our product, right? And what we did was we do have in our terms and conditions, like annuals are not reversible because we give a discount. So if you buy an annual plan, let's say you take the $49 plan, and for some reason we do some kind of, I don't know, let's say you do the $99 plan and we offer $788 or something like that, right? Which is what it is right now. Like that, there's a $788 annual bump that you can get and commit to the plan. You're trading the risk for that commitment. Like if you want the discount, then you're going to commit to us, which means there's no refund. So we do not have refunds on annual plans, right? On monthly plans, it's a 1 month, only 1 month, only the first month. If you say you buy a $49 product and it renews, and you're 3 weeks in, and you're like, well, I didn't want this, I cancel, I want all my money back. No, you're not. That's your fault. Pay attention to your bill, or pay attention to what you're doing, and you're not taking action. And we gave you a 30-day free trial to get your money back. We'll give you the first month back. Even in that case, I'd probably give them 1 month, right? But if you remember, like we had someone for 7 months one time. They paid 7 monthly payments. They're like, yeah, I'm not using it as much anymore. I want all my money back. And we just said, no. And they tried to dispute us, and we won because we have clear terms and conditions on that stuff. But we had to have something on that page to have some kind of risk revert, just because everybody else does. So it was a competitive thing in this business. But annual plans don't have refunds, and our digital products in the school stuff does not. What we have that we still sell, we do not have any refunds on that. So again, we have, like, if I was going to create a brand new product, Shay, today, I would start at, this is a digital product. You can't return it. Once you buy it, all sales are final. But if market conditions and competition analysis told me to give them a 30-day money-back guarantee, I will do it if it will make me more sales, right? Because it's not about opinions, and it's not about like hard truths. It's about what is the reality of the situation. And like, that's what everything has to, you can't just blanket statement everything. Like we start there, we hold our line as long as we can, but in some cases we do have to, evolve. So that's what happened. Okay. Chris said, I don't have an options page yet. Chris, go make an option page. Craig says, I don't have an options page. Craig, go make an options page. Shelly, you know what to do. All right, Lene, I do. Call it pricing page. That's fine. Doesn't matter what you call it. Same thing. Just shows your options. Raj, my options are on the sales. Okay, we already answered that one. Let's see. Monty says, I don't have any options. Monty, really, it's just, if you have any kind of monthly and annual, just put those side by side. That's an option, right? Or if you have course sales, you can bundle stuff like buy this course or buy these 3 put together. Just add something. Okay. All right. So for reviews, Jennifer Dixon asks, if you have reviews for your business, would you use them for all aspects of your business? If your business has many facets, brick and mortar training, online. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, yes, because there's overlap, right? Like, for example, a lot of our reviews, a lot of our testimonial videos say Shane and Jocelyn. They don't even talk about the community. They don't even talk about, like, so if they said, Jennifer is a master yoga instructor, I would listen to her over any other yoga instructor around. Like, yeah, use that. Doesn't matter where it is, right? Just keep it in context. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, that particular testimonial goes in the section of your sales page where you're trying to tell people who you are, right? You need a reference there to say, yeah, Jennifer's cool. So like, that's where it would go, right? You could use it there. So yeah, I'd use them for anything. Anything you've ever done that's good, use it for, like, for example, when we sold out Flip Your Life Live last year, we used testimonials from other small live events that we did. Like, we've got some people in here who came, Rebecca Decker, where's Rebecca at? She came to one of our small events in Chicago, right? Well, we could use a quote from her in that to sell, like Shane and Jocelyn are awesome live. We used a quote from Jeanette Stein, who came to that same event that we did. It was like 15 or 20 people, something like that. And she said, this live event literally changed my business and changed my life, right? And basically it was Shane and Jocelyn live is what changed her life. So we use that as one of our first testimonials to sell out the big event. Okay. If we had an event for 5,000 people, we would use testimonials from last year or whatever. So yeah, you want to use any testimonials you got that can prove you're a good person, do it. How many options should you have on your options page starting out? At least 2. Go, no more than 5, 2 to 5. What about the thank you page? Okay. I'm not talking about the thank you page yet. And here's why. At first, your thank you page just needs to deliver the thing you sold. Okay. The reason we're not talking about it tonight is because my philosophy is this. The thank you page is the sales page for the next thing your customer should buy. Okay. It is not a thanks, see you later. It is a thank you. Here's your thing. Now here's the next thing. Like right now, if you go to the thank you page of Flip Lifestyle, for any membership level, it lands on a page, and under it is a sales page for Flip Your Life Live. That's what we sell next. That's just what we do. We don't try to upgrade you. We just want you to know we do live events. Okay. So I'm not showing you that tonight because specifically I don't want you to work on it. I just want you to, a lot of people don't even have their product deliverable yet. So until you can deliver the first product, why would I confuse you with the next product? You know? So eventually that's what'll happen. We'll show you the thank you page. We're working backwards. Okay. You need a thank you page, but right now your thank you page should just deliver your product. Like until you can deliver and take money for the first product consistently and prolifically, you don't need to add the next one. Okay. So that's why we don't have a thank you page tonight. Let's see. My sales page, Paul says, my sales page includes options, and then selecting the option creates a pop-up that takes the money. Should I separate them? Okay. This is a great question. I would not use a pop-up for your collecting of money, because what if someone's using a pop-up blocker, which a lot of people do, right? There's different ways to write JavaScript, and like the pop-up is not really a pop-up, but it's just like in an element in the WordPress thing. But if you're using a true pop-up window, you're probably losing sales because they're clicking that button and it's getting blocked. That's why all of my order forms and sales pages and anything I do, here's the sales page. You click the button, you literally go to the next page. You don't open a new window, you don't open a new tab, you just go to the next page. You click here, you go to the order form, right? Like I like to keep it. I want to remove as many potential problems as possible from that process. And all browsers go from one page to another. They don't block pop-ups. They don't block, you can block pop-ups, you can block ads, you can block other things, but you can't block going one page to another, right? So I would not have a pop-up to do that. I would send them to a page where the order form actually lives. My 2 cents, maybe working for you, maybe costing you sales. I'd check on that. So what tools do you need to build a sales page? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you something. You can use tools. You can use Kajabi. I recommend that a lot. Kajabi is a great software. You can use Lead Pages. We recommend that. We are an affiliate for Lead Pages. You can use ClickFunnels. It's good software, but ladies and gentlemen, all of our sales pages live on WordPress. This is a WordPress page, straight up. This click to get started is a JPEG. It is an image that is hyperlinked to the next page. This is text. This is an embed of a Vimeo video. I build my sales pages on WordPress because I don't want to be married to a sales page software. And it's pretty easy to do if you got the right, plugins. When you go to my options page, again, we use a thing called Beaver Builder. It's a plugin. This is a WordPress page. This literally lives on my site. This is a normal page. My plugin has a way to build these options. This is text. These are pictures in the column. That's it. These are just images. And now this page is in Infusionsoft. Once you get to the order form, you can link them straight to that. That's the only way you leave my page. But I build my sales pages directly off of WordPress. So you don't need fancy stuff. You really don't. You just got to be able to connect it all together. So yeah, and I see Rebecca says we use Divi on WordPress, and Divi is amazing. If I have, hey Isaac, if I could go back and start over, I'd probably use Divi. But I really like what we use. We have the plugin the plugin that we use on our site basically does what Divi does. It's for Genesis. We love Genesis too. So, but Divi, man, it can do anything. It can put in forms. It can make all sorts of stuff. So good stuff. Okay, let's see here. Money says, you want to say bye? You want to say hi? Anna said hi.
What?
Anna said hi to all these people. Say hi, Flip Your Life.
Hi.
These are all the people that are coming to our live event.
Really?
Yeah, we're talking about sales pages. Exciting. Later, dude. Love you. All right. So Monty says, I have several testimonials, but no pictures. Should I ask them for pictures? Yep, you should, but use them even if you don't. Okay. Just use text if you got them. Whatever you got, testimonials win. Like testimonials must be on your page. If you have to use testimonials, you got to get testimonials. Okay. Even if you have to work for free for a while, get testimonials. Shay says, I have a separate website for my academy. I was thinking my homepage on that site should be my sales page. Is that yeah. If you'll look, let me make sure. Would have to log out. We have sales functions and sales copy on our homepage for Flip Your Life because we do a subdomain, which is basically a separate website. So yeah, anywhere where someone lands that isn't giving you money, you should ask them for money on your site. Every sidebar on fliplifestyle.com has a link to our sales page. Every one of them, period. Everywhere where anyone lands in every time I post a YouTube video, I post a link to our sales page in the description. I always do it. I don't care what the experts say about SEO and YouTube will punish you and blah, blah. No, it won't. Every piece of content has an offer, period. That's the rule. So if your question is, should I put a sales copy here? The answer is always probably yes. Now, when you have customers everything inside the community doesn't sell anything. So like that's different. But like if they're not paying you and they can pay you, you should ask them to pay you. All right. Rebecca says Thrive is another great plugin. Yes, it is. I love Thrive. And let me see if I missed any questions. And Paul says opens to a new page. Cool. All right. Great point on pop-ups. I think I've got everybody's question in here. Good. Okay. All right. So great questions. All right. So homework tonight, and then we'll talk about what's going on next. All right. Homework tonight this week is review your sales process, starting backwards from your payment processor through your order form, through your options page, through your sales page. Review all those and make sure that you're doing all the things we talked about tonight. Make sure they're connected together. If you don't have those set up yet, some of you, all those action takers that are killing it, they got me so fired up at the beginning of this call. You've got your product done now. You've done a good job. You've done a great job. In the last 6 weeks, you've built a product. Do you know how many people never make it to that point? I bet it's 80%. 80% of people have a dream. 80% of people actually take the step of trying, and then they don't even make their product. And you did it. You did that, or you're doing that right now. But if someone asked you, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm making this product that solves this problem. Dude, I have that problem. Can I buy it from you? Your answer must be yes to that question as fast as possible. Okay? So that's the mission. That's the homework. That's where you're going. If you need more input on this, go to the Flip Your Life Blueprint and go into the courses about sales funnels. Okay? There's a course about how to build a sales funnel. One is called the sales chain. That's how to analyze your sales funnel. You don't need to go into that one. And the other one is about sales funnels. In the Flip Your Life Blueprint, just scroll down till you see the sales funnels course. In that course, there's multiple trainings. I've got trainings about sales pages. I got trainings about option pages, all that stuff that we talked about today, more in depth. Okay, I just want to cover the basics here. And that's your goal this week. Like, be able to sell your product and be able to sell it well, right? Next week, what we're going to start talking about, my handy dandy notebook. Okay. All right. Next week, what we're going to talk about is building your platform. You're going to have to build a platform to support these sales pages, to get people to the sales pages. And your platform is divided up into 3 parts: branding, social media, and your website. So we're going to talk about those individually over our next few trainings so that we can keep building all of this stuff together. Okay. So that's the next few weeks. I've already listed it in there. We're going to talk about our platform. But this week, like, I really would love for everybody to have a product and be able to sell it. That's all you got to do. If you get to that point in this journey, you can make great things happen, because there are 4.5 billion human beings connected to the internet. If only you had a link to a sales page on the internet, or if only your sales page actually converted, right? Well, there you go. That's all you need. Okay. All right. So great call tonight. Awesome stuff. A lot of preparations going on around here for Flip Your Life Live. Joss and I have really been focused on exercise and health. That's one of my favorite things about live events. We have 2 live events scheduled this summer. One in July and one in September. And I love using those as checkpoints to really make me focused. Like, I want to be like at my physical best, not about like looks and not like that. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, I want to come into Flip Your Life Live healthy, right? I want to go out on stage on these other live events feeling good about myself. Like, I've been taking care of my body. I've been getting sleep. I've been eating as good as I can. I've been exercising as much as I can. Just a holistic approach to focusing on not only what we're doing here, but how we're going to get there and how we're going to be at our best, because it's a marathon when you get into Flip Your Life Live. I mean, we start in the morning at like 8:30. We don't stop until 11 something. I mean, we're going to be up late working hard, and you got to be able to be focused. You got to be at your best. So there's a lot of other things that we're doing for that. I'm going to talk about some more of that as we go. Icebreakers. Last year, who was here last year and did icebreakers? Tell me in the chat real quick. The icebreakers are a blast. Okay. They're Joss and I basically, we get on a Zoom call. We did 3 of them last year, and we kind of broke it up and did like 30 people each time. Right. And people could kind of rotate through. And what Joss and I do is we want to meet everybody that's coming, even if it's just briefly. And so what we do at the icebreaker is we're on a Zoom call. There's, 7,500 people, even if it's not your week on there. And Joss and I just start clicking names. We'll click Monty, we'll click Jennifer, we'll click Craig. We'll just say, hey, tell us who you are and where you're from, right? What you're doing online. And then we ask you some random question, like, what's your favorite food? Or, what was the first job you ever had? That got some scary responses in the icebreakers last year. But it's really just a way for me and Jocelyn to connect with everybody, at least once one-on-one before the event. And it's also a way for you to introduce yourself to everybody else. Okay. A lot of people already know each other. Got a lot of people coming back to Flip Your Life Live this year. So it'll be a chance for you to meet the new people that are coming, the new people to get familiar with our alumni who have already been there before. And it's just a really, really good time. So what we're going to do is probably start doing icebreakers a little bit earlier this year. Okay. So maybe we'll do a training next week. Let's see. I got a mastermind I'm going to in Nashville next week. So I'll be going to a mastermind next week. So probably not next week, but the week after that. Next week's training will probably also be at 12 o'clock because I'm driving to Nashville Monday night. Okay. But we're going to probably start mixing these icebreakers in. Last year we did them 3 weeks in a row. So what we're going to do this year is we're going to try to do like maybe one a month. That way we can get it in there and make sure everybody can get in there. So see a lot of great, everybody's killing it. People look like Monty's down 32 pounds since Jan 1. High five, dude. I started working out really hard about my birthday back in March. And I've been doing this. I've been doing intermittent fasting for about 3 weeks now, something like that. And I'm down 15 pounds. I went to Disney, y'all, and did not gain weight. How about that? Okay. So everybody's doing a good job. Everybody's working hard. I hope that Flip Your Life Live is providing the focal point on your calendar that you need to make all of these goals come to pass. Your health goals, your wellness goals, your business goals, your life goals. And that's why we do it. So it's all about. It's for you guys. This is a zero profit event for us. We go in, we pay the bill, with the tickets, and that's it. But we want to create this experience and create this opportunity. Live events changed our life, and we definitely want to pay that forward. Okay. All right, guys. So everybody's getting it done. Everybody's working hard. I'm going to get off here right now and go to bed. I have to have surgery in the morning. I got some outpatient surgery. They're cutting stuff out of my arm. It's going to be, and my leg. So I'm going to go have a little surgery in the morning. But you know what? I'm having surgery at 7 a.m. They're going to cut some knots out of my arm and my leg in the morning, right? And then I got 2 podcasts after 12. I'm not letting it hold me back. I am not going to let this stop. We're going to go there. They're going to do it. I'm going to leave, and then I'm going to record 2 podcasts tomorrow because I got stuff to do. I got a life to live. I can't let this stuff hold me back. Okay. All right. So, all right, guys. Love y'all. Great call tonight. Super excited. Y'all got me jacked up. I may not be able to sleep for a while, but I will catch y'all next week. It'll probably be at 12 o'clock. Keep an eye on this page. You need to bookmark this page. And sometime tonight or tomorrow, I will post the exact time and the video for next week. And we continue our march to Flip Your Life Live. It's going to be amazing. See you then. Bye.